a woman, or even two women. It just, the odds of them keeping their mouth shut forever, I mean, are just stacked against you. There's just no way. Now, combine that. 9 women? If you're having an affair with 9 different women, I mean, what are your chances of getting away with all of those affairs? I mean, come on. There's no way. You can't get away with one. This guy had 9. Amy says he's up to 11 now. Is that right? You can't do that. I mean, you just can't do that. So now I'm just like, well, this guy's an idiot. I mean, what? I don't even know what to. This guy must be a moron. You obviously shouldn't have gotten married, for one. If you're this addicted to casual sex with random people, that you probably shouldn't have gotten married. I mean, that's just what I think. Up to 11 now. Jeez. Mike says he's turning me down for now because he hates this. Listen, Mike, that's fine, but like it or not, this is relevant. I mean, this is news. It's a big deal. You know, this is something worth talking about. This is something that we can all learn from, I think. Alana says, bingo, don't get married. Yeah, absolutely. Don't get married. I mean, I'm not saying everyone don't get married. I mean, do get married if that's your thing. But if you're like a guy like Tiger, don't, obviously. And now it's out there. And you know, this story's gone on for so long and been dragged through the mud so much that now it is going to spill over into the sports part, the part we should be concerned with. And this guy, steps up to the tee. It's just not going to be the same. This is what we're going to think of. This is going to be the first thing that come to our heads. I mean, to me, this seems bigger than the Kobe thing. It's just so much, it's so greasy. You know what I mean? It's just so dirty. It's just so much. It just keeps unfolding and unfolding. With Kobe, it was an isolated incident. I mean, this is just multiple texts and voicemails and, eek. I mean, it's just, and it's not, listen, I think last week it was lazy reporting. I think it was we don't have anything else to talk about, lazy reporting. But I think this week it's really crossed over into breaking news. Because so much more is coming out. I mean, before it was just the one voicemail, the one incident, the one accident, the one affair. But now so much more is coming out. And we're seeing one of these guys that we hold up so high on this pedestal, the most recognizable athlete in the entire world. I mean, on the planet, has just got so many skeletons in his closet. I mean, 11 has been reported. 11 whorish skeletons in his closet right now. Mike says, all I'm saying is Tiger Woods should not be the lead story on WG and Chicago News, probably on SportsCenter, but not on the news. Okay, well then what? I mean, then what should be? What should be right now? I mean, NBA's in its early goings, right? There's no like real news going on there. There's just reports. You know, I mean, there's stats, things like that. I mean, there's really nothing. Oh, you're saying news in general. Tiger shouldn't be the lead story on news in general. Yeah. But why not? Listen, everybody is into this and interested in talking about it, not just sports people. You know, and in that case, it's okay to put it on the front page, especially when it's just the things are just unveiling and coming out. It's okay. Smith Dog joining us in the chat room. What's up, bud? Good to have you here. Anyhow, all I'm saying is this. This guy has got some problems, right? He's got some serious, serious problems, and he's not anywhere close to the guy we thought he was. Apparently, he's a possible drunk driver, right? And I also heard something about some Vicodin. Drug driver on pills, 11 affairs. This is hardly a guy you want to tell your kids, listen, I want you to grow up and be like Tiger. I mean, before we could say that. Now it's like, Shut off the news while the kids are watching. We don't want them to see this about Tiger. You know, it's... Mike says, sorry, I'm sick of it because within the next month something new is going to pop up with someone else. Yeah, but not like this. Not like this. Listen, people step out of line, athletes step out of line, and we hang on to stories a little too long occasionally. In off-season in the NFL, there's a Favre story every day, which I'm not going to argue isn't news, but there are times when it is news, and it's not news every day, though it's reported on. It should be reported on sometimes whenever there's a breakthrough or a progression. But, you know, in this case, there's just been constant, you know, constant kind of goings-on, constant things leaking to the press. Like every day it's something new. And that's why it's not bothering me now. Last week it was because it was so redundant. It was the same thing over and over. But now, I mean, I'm hearing new things. Every time I turn it on and I see Tiger's face, there's a new story attached. I came into the show thinking, yeah, okay, affair with 9 girls. I knew one of them was a Perkins waitress. Right? I knew there were some voicemails out there. And I find out now, 20 minutes into the show, 2 of them are porn stars. Right? One of them's like a madam, like Heidi Fleiss. See, I didn't know that. Going into 30 minutes ago, I didn't know that. Now I do. This is what I'm saying. This is what makes it news, is that there's new things that are unfolding as time goes on. It's not just the same story over and over again. It's changing. E. Zeidler in the Basement Radio chat room says one owns a few nightclubs. See? Yeah, well, it says one was a barkeep. Yeah, you know? And that's, listen, everybody's entitled to their own personal life. I mean, they really are. But you have to understand when you're a celebrity, your personal life is kind of it's a little bit of an oxymoron. Your life is not personal at all. You're a public figure. I mean, your private life doesn't mix with being a public figure. It just doesn't work like that. And 20 years ago, we don't know about this. 20, 30 years ago, we don't even hear about this. Right? But nowadays, there's just no hiding. If your face is going to be, you know, if you're going to be everywhere like Tiger Woods, you're going to have video games out. If you're competing in events every week, if you're the most recognizable athlete on the planet, you just can't conduct yourself this way. Not in this day and age. Yeah. Maybe Ty Cobb got drunk and hit girls and drove all over the place, but there was no internet. There was no camera phones. There was no voicemails. No one ever knew, you know, what went on off the field back in the day, but now it's different. You know, now it's different. Now we hear about it. And this is different. Listen, guys, this is different than Mike Vick, and this is different than Favre, and this is different than Kobe. This is different. I mean, this is a big deal. This is a dirty, greasy secret life that the most recognizable athlete on the planet is leading. I mean, that's significant. This isn't Michael Vick. Michael Vick had Michael Vick had weed in a water bottle. Michael Vick flipped off at his home crowd. Michael Vick had been in trouble before. This is sparkling clean Tiger Woods. Right? This is a story, I think, kind of on par with the Catholic priests having sex with boys. You know what I mean? It's that big of a shock. Like, whoa, what? What? What are you talking about? Really? Whores? 11? I mean, that's that big of a shock. When we heard Michael Vick had a dogfighting ring, it was like, oh, what an idiot. But I wasn't in total shock. You know,